guys, PP is huge. Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche post-game show, live with Bailey, AJ, and Rudo, and presented by Bet365. The Avs take down the Minnesota Wild 5-1 in pretty dominant fashion. I posited this a little bit on the watch-along, and I mean this in a good way. Are the Avs so good that it's boring?
No.
Don't
give me that Greg Wyshynski nonsense. Get out of here with this. I don't need to relive the 22 Cup run. Well, they're just so good they beat everybody. No. Excellence is to be appreciated. We have a society that wants to celebrate the downfall of everything and not celebrate everybody rising up and becoming special and seeing something truly special. That's what we're in the middle of. Get out of here with that noise. These are the golden days. These are the golden days that we will talk about in 10 years, 10, 15 years, when they suck and nobody watches our show because nobody wants to talk about a bad hockey team. That's coming at the end of all of this. No, excellence is never boring.
You're telling me a 5-1 win is boring, Rudo?
I'm not saying that it's boring. I think stretches of this game were boring because...
You're the one that got mad at me, by the way, for saying, like, in the second period that it felt like the longest period ever, too. So
did I get mad?
There's no flow to that period. There were a lot of
youngin'.
That was a meme. Give me a break on that. It's just incredible to see Minnesota, who is while third in the Central, also a top 5 team in the NHL. And I know the Avs had a scheduled win tonight. I know Minnesota had tired legs. But the Avs absolutely took care of business tonight. It was not like, oh, they had to really truck this one out. Yeah, it's maybe started a little slower than you would like as far as scoring is concerned for the Avs, but by the end of the game, this was not close.
Mm-hmm.
What more can you ask for?
Yeah.
You can't even say the power play was bad tonight.
No.
You almost sound upset about that. Like, what are we going to criticize today?
I got to fill an hour, man.
How else are we going to get our rant in for the day?
We can start off this hour by doing the 60-second rundown at the very least. First period, Avs definitely got the better of it, but it was fairly even for the first 10, 15 minutes. They trade power plays. Neither team scores. The Avs get a late goal 5-on-5 thanks to Marty Necas off a fantastic cycle from the Avs. They're 1-0 after 1. The second period, the Avs just smother teams, man. I mean, it felt like Minnesota was stuck in quicksand the way the Avs were on top of them in that second period, just giving them absolutely nothing. Late in the period, the Avs pick up 2 goals, 1 on the power play even. It can happen. Actually, both on the power play? Yeah, both on the power play. Pretty good thing to happen. MacKinnon and Makar, the 2 guys you need to score on your power play, do so. It's 3-0 after 2. The third period, Minnesota gives their last gasp in the first part of it. They do manage to get 1 on the board. A rebound off the post. Ryan Hartman's able to put it home. But that's it. That's all Minnesota musters late in the period. Again, Brock Nelson gets the one that ices it to make it 4-1, and then Nathan MacKinnon picks up his 30th goal of the season into the empty net for your 5-1 final. I'll just posit it to you guys. Avs statement win or Avs scheduled win?
Man, why you got to put me in this position to say both?
I've been doing it to Bailey all season.
Every single day, AJ.
It truly is, because it's a scheduled win, yeah. But at the same time, you had a 10-game winning streak the last time you rolled into Minnesota, and they beat you, and Jesper Wallstedt had some things to say about it. And it was kind of like, okay. Now tables were turned. They had the 7-game winning streak, and the Avs had just a measly 4 games. And what happened? It's a scheduled win, but like that's a team that had been dominating.
Yeah.
And they got their doors blown off. So
It was not close.
Yeah, the most competitive portion of that game was right after the 3-1 goal, where you're like, ooh, this is a little tense, and then that power play, and the power play doesn't score, and off they go. So you're telling me the most competitive part of the game was when they were down by 2?
Seems bad for them.
Yeah. Like, it's a big time statement, because they all after acquiring Quinn Hughes, all the talk out of Minnesota, it's Quinnesota. Here they come. Everybody should be scared of the Wild. It's all on them. They've got all these elite players. Here they come, right? Great. We'll see you when we see you. That was what today was. We'll see you when we see you.
They saw
him. Yeah. I think it makes it even more kind of statementy to me, too, when you consider who exactly was on the other side of the ice as well. I'm talking about the showcase between Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes. Who was the better defenseman tonight?
One of them was the better defenseman, and it's not close.
Yes.
It's like one of them's in the stratosphere, and one of them is still on the launch pad based on today's game. I mean, come on. We're not seriously talking about Quinn Hughes being anywhere close to Cale Makar in this game, right? And you don't play Quinn Hughes 32 minutes if you want him to have more energy on the back half of a second half of a second Baba.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Yeah.
Does anybody want Quinn Hughes numbers, or we want to save this for later? Or?
Yes.
I want the numbers that Evan was tweeting about after the second period.
Yeah. Well, they went down. Like they're
of course.
But in the 9 minutes and 40 seconds of Quinn Hughes versus Cale Makar at 5v5, shot attempts were 13-8 Makar. Shots on goal were 7-3 Makar. Expected goals ended up at 36% for Quinn Hughes. So it's not the 98% it was after 2 periods, but it's still underwater. And anybody that was in Vancouver can actually look at this and say, wow, this feels very familiar, because Hughes is slightly in the negatives against all of Colorado's top guys. Not like he got buried, but like in the negatives, right? And absolutely tears up Val Nichushkin, Brock Nelson, Ross Colton. Like, oh, the second and third lines got eaten alive by Quinn Hughes? They should!
What about that top line, though?
Exactly. The top line beats him. He loses that head-to-head matchup.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was always the conversation about Quinn Hughes going to Minnesota. Is they're not going to use him like that. And Quinn Hughes ripped up Connor McDavid yesterday. So fair play. On a Sega Baba today, he just didn't have the gas. And Colorado Stars, in his defense, Colorado Stars had the A game today. But
true,
you get up for these games. I don't care that you played yesterday. This is the guy that keeps winning Norris trophies over you. What happens today? What's the 1v1 today?
Look,
the numbers aren't great, and Quinn Hughes finishes with no points and gets a front row seat to the first goal of the game. And Cale Makar has a 3-point day.
It's not comparable. And you know, you can absolutely, Minnesota fans are going to say, back-to-back schedule loss, brush it off. We don't care.
Yeah.
The team you're supposedly chasing, the team you went out and got Quinn Hughes to go fight against in the Colorado Avalanche, are north of 700 in Sega Babas over the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
The Avs have found ways to win exactly games like this situation that Minnesota was in. And, you know, I don't want to say Minnesota wasn't competitive. I actually give them a good amount of credit for sticking in this game those first 10 minutes of the third period. They were trying, but it wasn't close.
Yeah.
They didn't make it relevant. They could have, but they didn't.
No.
It felt way worse than it was. It felt like, oh my God, what's happening here? And then shots on goal were like 6-3 Colorado, and you're like,
yeah. No, they were floundering for a little bit, but they I think put themselves in enough of a cushioned area to be you could give yourself a couple minutes to maybe like lay back a little bit, but they still, I mean, went out and capitalized on an empty net and got the job done.
To do. And should we just talk about the power play?
Let's get it out of the way.
Because it was good.
Yeah.
We actually get to say positive things about it. Not just obviously scoring twice. Awesome. Great. You love that MacKinnon scores. You love that Makar scores. Even the first power play they didn't score on looked really good. Generating high quality chances consistently. It feels a little bit like Jekyll and Hyde lately now with the Colorado Avalanche power play, where they'll score one, then they'll have a terrible night, and then they'll have a better night, back and forth. But progress a little bit with this power play for the Avs.
This is a game coming directly off of a Jared Bednar quote where he's like, yeah, I don't know what to do.
Yep.
Because like it really, like, I really like it sometimes. I really don't like it other times.
Yeah.
And I really don't know what the fix is. It seemed like he found something for every single power play tonight that worked.
There's this interesting middle ground when you have a really bad power play like the Avs have had, where it starts to look good. And nobody cares, myself included, because at the end of the day, it just has to score. Today it scored. It also looked really good, but the scoring part is the part that I care about. So,
and it scored twice.
Yep.
Which they needed. Like, they just needed it.
Yep.
You're not going to beat Jesper Wallstedt a bunch of times at 5v5. Do you guys, I mean, just because I have them, do you want numbers on these?
Pop off.
Always.
So, we've talked this year about we would consider progress being to get one shot on goal per minute.
Yep.
On the power play, actual shot on goal. These numbers are bonkers. So 6 minutes and 16 seconds on the power play, 17 shot attempts, 11 shots on goal, 8 scoring chances, 3 high danger chances, and 2 goals.
Yeah, that's cooking.
That's comical. Like, that is, oh yeah. Like, that's what we should be seeing out of this power play. And if Jared Bednar wants to know what the difference is, it's pretty easy. Take Nathan MacKinnon off the half wall and move him around. If you put him on the move, he can't just stand there and bog everything down and grind it in the gears. You put him in the middle of the ice. You put him below
below the goal line, where it's been most successful lately. Yeah,
you move him around, because then the PK has to react to that. Marty Necas has a nice one timer. It would be nice if Brock Nelson would be just a little bit more aggressive, but it's fine. Like, it's fine, because they have to defend you a little bit differently. It opens up the middle of the ice for everybody. Look where both goals got scored. They're not, like, right in front of the net, but they're in the middle of the ice, which is, I'm sorry, but you go, I know that the people that hate nerds hate this, but go and look at a heat map of the Avalanche power play, and you'll see right in front of the opposing net. It's a big dark spot. They're not
blue.
shooting enough in that area. Both goals come from that portion of the ice. That's where you want to be.
Well, and I think you go to the Avs' first power play goal specifically tonight. You have that movement from Nathan MacKinnon, and when he gets back to his half wall spot, or whatever you want to call it, that he shares with Necas these days, there's some urgency for him to actually shoot the puck. We've watched so often him handle the puck, stand there, do nothing with it, try a crazy seam pass. And there was some seam pass stuff from the Avs tonight. That's part of their game. They need some of that. But MacKinnon is willing to let that one-timer go, or that big shot go, or the walk into the space he's been given and shoot a wrister. Just making the threat of a shot from there helps the Avs power play so much, because the other team has to respect that. It's good stuff.
It's very good stuff.
Lots more to talk about here. I've been told that chat needs to get out their snapping fingers, because we have a poem to get to here for the Colorado Avalanche.
All right. You guys ready? Sorry.
That's what the snaps were for.
Random music just started playing in my ears, and I have to figure out where it's coming from. Okay. Sorry about that. Awkward silence. With the mighty Avalanche coming to town and the streaking Wild not wanting to cede the crown, Colorado's reputation was so big and bad, Minnesota felt the Central Division could still be had. Wallstedt said he who wins is better, a comment noted by everyone in a Colorado sweater. His quiver ran dry of arrows, a prophecy foretold by the Pharaohs. It started with Marty as the juggernaut Avs ruined the party, and it ended with the fall of the wall of St. Paul.
Hey.
That is very not poetry slam, but I love
No,
it.
no.
No, not the poem. The poem is great. I was like, the horns are so I love it.
The wall of St. Paul may have taken a fall, and that's why you should get your beer here in Colorado. For example, from Breckenridge Brewery, the official craft beer of Colorado and DNVR. Go get with them. Try out one of their amazing flavors. They've got tons of flavors. I'm simple man. I like my Avalanche Amber Ale. They've got a little bit of everything. A sour IPA, the Ridge Runner IPA, double IPAs, whatever you name it. It's Christmas time. They have a mini keg of their Christmas ale. It might be their best product, honestly. Like, it's so good. Highly recommend. Go get with them. You can find Breck Beer in all 50 states now. If you want to find it near you, go to breckbrew.com to find it at a liquor store near you. Or if you're local here in Colorado, you can check out the Farmhouse. Great place to go grab a beer and enjoy the weirdly warm weather that we've been having. If you want to sit out on the patio, jump in with them. They also have great merch at breckbrew.com. So find it, the official craft beer again of DNVR. Get with Breckenridge Brewery today. Once you've got your Breck Brew, you're also going to want to go get the best wings in Denver with Fire on the Mountain. You can jump in with Fire on the Mountain. They are, of course, they make sure they have the range-free, no nonsense with their chickens, no hormones, no antibiotic nonsense, just cage-free wings. 15 super flavorful sauces too, because let's be honest, chicken's good, but the thing that makes chicken wings is the sauce.
Oh.
I'm a mild buffalo guy because I'm weak.
If you're
But
eating dry wings, like that,
what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing out here? Go get one of their sauces. If you're a super capsaicin spice head, they've got ridiculously hot sauces that I want nothing to do with, frankly. But people who like
so
that,
good.
they've got them covered. Yeah, you're from North Carolina. You probably got some spice going there. They also have $5 beers on Mondays and happy hour all day Tuesdays. Handmade appetizers. They've even got vegan options if chicken wings are not your thing. So something for everybody when it comes to Fire on the Mountain. Go check them out. They have 2 locations now. One of them delivers if you want to get delivery from their Wash Park store. But you can just go in. You should go in. They're delicious. Highly recommend. You can even try their insanely hot El Jefe challenge. It's a spicy wing eating challenge. Again, I can't do that, but you should. They're great. I don't know what else to tell you. Fire on the Mountain are genuinely the best wings in Colorado. Grab their $5 pints on Mondays and their all-day happy hour on Tuesdays at either the location in Wash Park or Highlands. Either one, visit their spots and get some Fire on the Mountain wings. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Let's hit the 3 stars of the game. Starting off with star number 3, which is Brock Nelson. He picks up the goal that ices the game. More importantly, though, 2 assists, both of which come on the power play. And I know we just talked about, hey, you'd love Brock Nelson to maybe shoot from that half wall a little bit more. It's important that all of the pieces of the power play get going, right? Yes, you love that Nathan MacKinnon and Makar, your superstars, the ones scoring goals. That's their job. That's where they're supposed to be. But you need the supporting cast to get involved as well to make that power play functional.
And regardless of whether or not it was on the power play too, like, I mean, Brock Nelson was trying from there all night. And the way that he was kind of seeing the ice in the ozone was a little top tier of him tonight too. So like that seemed like the only reasonable course of action or course of tonight's game for a guy like Brock Nelson. The fact that he got on the board with another goal too is
love to see him get rewarded.
Yeah, no, it really, he was doing all of the right things tonight.
Mr. Lieutenant.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really, really good the last couple of games in particular. I thought, oh my God, how is this guy not on the scoreboard more often?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Like,
got on the scoreboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a question we were asking earlier this season.
Yeah. Oh my God. The first 9 games, everybody was like, this is a disaster. And then ever since then, it's like, okay, it's actually funny because it's gone with Nelson. It's gone the opposite as it did with Johansson and
a hot start to dead from cold start to wicked hot now. Yeah,
exactly. Where it's like, oh, these guys look amazing. And then by the midpoint of the year, you're like, they're unplayable. And then Nelson was unplayable to start the year. And you're like, oh my God, this this is a nightmare. And now
32 goal pace. Yeah.
that line rocks. And Brock Nelson himself rocks. And I have been really surprised because the details on this, he gets so many D-zone starts
Yep.
that it's not like they're feeding him easy matchups.
And he earns it anyway. Yeah.
Right. They are scoring, and game by game, their line wins their matchup more often than not, despite the fact that they are way, way, way more D-zone starts than any other previous iteration of the second line for the last several seasons.
And not to discount Brock. Brock has been quality defensive forward this year, and he's the third best defensive forward on that line. And of the iteration that is Landeskog and Nichushkin.
Yeah.
I know Landy
Right.
was playing on the first line some tonight too, but that line could be considered a legitimate shutdown line, and Nelson is still going out and scoring on the regular since game 10.
Yeah. And I mean, you're looking at a Landeskog who's getting really hot as well. You're looking at a Nichushkin who's
Had a multi-point night tonight.
right. So like that's if that's your shut down line, like that's scary.
Pretty good.
That's really scary for other teams.
Pretty good.
I mean, at this point, let's be real here. What's not scary about the Avalanche?
Yeah.
It was
Like-
the power play, but now
Even when you're looking at the power play, right? And you're going, well, that part's not good. You know that on any given game,
Sure.
those guys with the talent that they have on it could be the one that you're the get right game. So that's still scary in a different way, but it's still scary. And
Yeah.
the rest of this, what else about this team do you look at and you go, right now you're looking at it going, I guess the third line and the third pairing are kind of where you can
have
eat
issue.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
But even then, Sam Malinsky looked really good tonight.
Would have had a goal if
thought.
Lecky didn't go offside.
Right. Like that's still, maybe not terrifying, but like moderately scary.
Yep. Your third line, sure, you would have liked them to score tonight. Absolutely. But they were also dominant in the possession metrics. Like
Bonkers dominant.
Right. That's
Shot
your
attempts
problem?
were 19-3.
It's
So
ridiculous.
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
Yep.
No, segue to the second star there was good because, yeah. Nathan MacKinnon, by the way, just picked up his 30th goal of the season.
Yep.
Yes, the power play goal is dope. It's a great play from Nelson and a perfect shot from Nathan MacKinnon. He's on pace for 65 goals, more than that. I don't even know what the number, like, what are we? It's not even Christmas. It's the fastest anyone in franchise history has gotten to 30 goals. Like,
It's a 70-goal pace right now.
what are we?
Let me remind you, he has played 35 games this year. They're on game 35.
J. Mike told me he was going to score 70 earlier this year, and I laughed it off. And now I'm sitting here like, oh God, he actually might. He's like,
He's almost halfway there.
you're right. Like, it's actually silly, the effectiveness of Nathan MacKinnon. And there are so many nights where the bar is just so ridiculously high for Nathan MacKinnon that you forget he is genuinely, you could make an argument that he's the best player in the world right now.
Yeah.
Let me let you know too. Like, not only is he the first skater to 30 goals this season, he is also the first skater to 60 points
Suck it, McDavid.
this season. So, if you're asking me who's the better player right now, I know McDavid's like right there, but
McKinnon's a
saying.
freak.
he
It's a
is.
freak of nature.
And that's with like McDavid's played 36 games. The Avs are at 35. So,
Extra game in hands.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
and it's actually 2 games because Edmonton's playing right
They
now.
are playing.
There
Yes.
you go. Yeah.
McDavid has 2 points, so he also broke 60. But, McKinnon's game was scheduled first, so he got there.
It's easy to forget. And I think I'm as guilty of this as anyone, certainly. it's easy to hone in sometimes on the Nathan MacKinnon makes a bad play and you see him get all pouty and get angry about it.
Totally.
It's part of Nathan MacKinnon. It absolutely is. And then he's over 60 points in 35 games. He, like, AJ, I know you and I are very much on the, I wish they would just separate Colorado's history from Quebec's history.
Yeah.
Nathan MacKinnon is beating all the records. Nathan MacKinnon is the guy that we can finally like place on the pedestal and be like, we don't have to say best in Avalanche history. We get to say best in franchise history now because of Nathan MacKinnon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy thing to say, that you're comparing him to the likes of a Joe Sakic and a Forsberg and those guys. That's, I mean, good for him too. And this is coming to a guy too who really does not care. It could not care less about things like this.
Yeah,
he really could not care less.
That dude wants more cups. Full stop. That's it.
Yeah. Like, personal accolades are not something he goes after. You could tell him this and he'd be like, oh,
cool.
Right.
That's awesome.
I don't really care. We played a good game.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep. Star number 1. And this guy was lights out tonight. The ultimate version of Cale Makar. Defensively, amazing. Great stick work all night. The Avs' first goal, he's part of that cycle that jumps in and ultimately feeds that puck to Marty Necas. He scores on the power play for the second time in a handful of games, which feels like a relief.
Mm-hmm.
I just talked about how Nathan MacKinnon could genuinely be the best player on the planet. And then another guy in that conversation plays on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's interesting, and I know certainly Colorado fans are pretty comfortable in their aspect that Cale Makar is significantly better than Quinn Hughes. But the narrative around the league since the trade has been, oh, look, Quinn Hughes in Minnesota is so good now, and look at all this. And Cale Makar just put that under his foot and squashed it like a bug.
Yeah, I think this is the thing with Cale, is that when he is absolutely on top of it, he's a goal-scoring threat in a way that no other defenseman in the league is, and it's that wrister from the middle of the ice that way. Like, that's been the big difference for my money than this year's power play versus last year's, outside of, the Mikko Rantanen question. Like, how do they replace him? It's Makar had 12 power play goals last year, and a lot of that is him being able to walk down from the blue line in the middle of the ice and beat goaltenders. And it seemed like Jake Ottinger ripped his confidence apart in that playoff series, and it took him a little while to get it going this year. But if it's going to be back, it's good luck. Like, he was already the leading scorer, leading defense scorer, and he wasn't really producing any goals on the power play. And if that power play gets up and running, maybe MacKinnon can have, 150 point type of season. Makar, 100 points for Cale Makar really is on the table in that type of situation. So that I think Quinn Hughes is great, and we're going to be talking about this until
the end of time.
Quinn Hughes has some kind of fall off, or Cale Makar has some kind of fall off. Remember, Adam Fox was that guy once upon a time. Adam Fox is still pretty good, but his PR team is a lot worse anymore. After the Four Nations last year. And with Hughes, there are pockmarks there. There are with Cale too. What does he do without Nathan MacKinnon? Okay, fair enough. But this game was a great example that Cale Makar, special player.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Fun to watch at every turn with a guy like Cale. Those are the 3 stars, but when you have games like tonight, obviously you can talk about just about anyone in the lineup and feel pretty good about how things went. We can check in on the stat sheet with Dick's Sporting Goods on this one, and I don't want to let Mackenzie Blackwood get swept under the rug in this game because, yes, at the end of the day, the Avs handled business. Mackenzie Blackwood gave up 1 goal on 29 shots, made multiple good saves, killed a couple power plays, especially in the first period before this game really the Avs took over and took control of. there are some dangerous chances that Minnesota generates. And, did Blackwood look ultra mega locked in tonight? No. But did he make all the saves asked of him? Yes.
That's the point that I was going to bring up too, is I remember we were talking about it during the first period.
Yep.
It's like he looked a little shaky, maybe didn't look like the Mackenzie Blackwood we're used to seeing. This is no slouch of a game from a guy like Mackenzie Blackwood.
Avs good at every position.
Every single one.
Oh,
God. It's getting to the point now, too, with the way Mackenzie Blackwood's performing. The Avs just did, this weird, goalie showcase on the ice the other day. Can we put him out in a situation like that, get him to go score some goals?
I'm down. He's got, Scott Wedgwood got his first career point this year.
Yeah.
That's how it's going for the Avs goaltending right now. It's just that good. I know we talked about, Minnesota side of this. Does Blackwood find a little extra juice to get up to outplay a Wallstead after that last game, AJ?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's just trying to do the job in front of him. I think some of the other guys might see a comment like that and be like, okay, let's put some pucks behind this guy. But Blackwood's just like, I'm just trying not to let any get behind me. So I don't think it's a big thing for him. He's got so much that he's already playing for that trying to swat away some rookie that's off to a hot start. I don't even know how much on his radar it really is. It could be though. He could obsess over it and be like, no, I'm the talk of the town. But I guess I just don't see it.
Let me sidetrack us a little bit here, because Pierre LeBrun was tweeting today and says Team Canada is down to 4 goaltenders to decide from for the Olympics, and Mackenzie Blackwood was one of the names on the list. Is that in the back of his head? You think he's trying that little extra juice because of the Olympics? And 2, do we think he gets on the team, as it feels like everyone has resigned themselves to Jordan Binnington ending up on Team Canada, even though he's been awful?
Answer to the first part of the question is, I think absolutely. When you make the kind
would
of
affect
short
me
list,
for sure.
No, that's absolutely. I can almost guarantee sitting in the back of his mind, saying, "Hey, this is going to be announced very, very soon. This needs to be the top of my game for this season as of right now." The second part of it, I think unfortunately he's got too many. Already, guys that are already locked in. He's
got a 4 Nations loss on his record. Great, Bennington. Thanks for that.
So
a win. Sorry, I meant win.
So
I just want Canada to lose.
Yeah, he's got goaltenders that are already kind of wrapped around other people's fingers and situations like that. I think working against him to make at least a starting position. I'd love to see him travel.
Yeah,
but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, if they're insistent on taking Jordan Binnington, Logan Thompson has to go. And then there's a reasonable conversation to be had between Darcy Kemper, who has been sort of up and down, but has won a Stanley Cup behind a great team. So he's proven he can do that job. And Mackenzie Blackwood, who has no meaningful big game experience that has gone well. His only real track record is this last postseason where he got worse as the series went on.
Yeah.
So I just think, for my money, if Kemper is healthy, he's probably on the outside looking in, but I don't know that he'll end up playing anyway.
Probably not. Just something I wanted to bring up. We do need to take our second break of the show, so let's make sure we're shouting out our sponsors, including Shady Rays. Look, we all know when you forget your sunglasses, whether it be at the beach or maybe at that gas station a couple of states back, or maybe you just left them on the top of your car and now they're sitting in the road somewhere. Shady Rays has your back in all of those situations. First of all, they're great sunglasses. I use them all the time. We had to play kickball and stare right into the sun. I could actually see the ball when I put my Shady Rays on. That helps. You can get over to shadyrays.com and get 35% off any pair of polarized sunglasses with code DNVR. But the cool part is, for the first 30 days, you break them, you lose them, you just don't like them, send it back, and Shady Rays will replace them entirely for free. They have hundreds of different styles to choose from. You can even get different polarization colors. So they've got a pair of sunglasses for everyone. Like I said, we teamed up with Shady Rays. It's an exclusive DNVR offer where you can get 35% off any pair of polarized sunglasses at shadyrays.com with code DNVR. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. And once you got your Shady Rays on, you're feeling good, looking good, doing all that good stuff. Also, make sure you're taking care of your business with Shopify. Jump in with Shopify. I am not a great business guy. Like, I don't do business stuff, which is why Shopify is great for people like me. They take care of a lot of that stuff for you, so you don't have to worry about it. It ranges from everything from website creation. You can do product descriptions. They'll do email and social media marketing for you. And it's even more than that. They even have AI tools designed to help you maximize sales. So get with Shopify. It's also great. I live in the Pokemon card world because I like collecting. Lots of marketplace apps charge you fees. Shopify's fees are significantly less when you set up your actual own website and business through Shopify, so you can make more money on what you sell. Turn your big business idea into cha-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity. Cha-ching! Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast, continuing through this game. The stars popped off tonight, right? There's a lot of, it's easy to focus in on that and be like, wow, the top of the Avs lineup is for real, is that good. Not just the stars that we had of MacKinnon and Makar. Necas scores the first goal of the game. You look at their second line or take their top 6 as a whole. Brock Nelson's 3-point night. Landeskog had an assist tonight on the power play. Nichushkin ends up with a couple of assists tonight as well when you count the empty netter. That's all awesome. And I love all of that. And I want it to happen forever. But you also look at the Avs as a complete team. And AJ, you said it earlier. Where's the weakness?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was going to be the point that I brought up too, and saying, like, I know plus minus is kind of a weird stat to look at, but the 3 guys that are sitting at a negative on the plus minus are Parker Kelly, Ross Colton, and Gavin Brindley.
Yep.
Who Gavin, I didn't think had a horrible game too, but there's, like, you look at some of those holes, especially where Ross Colton's currently filling at that 3C spot, and you wonder, like, yeah, your top guys handled business tonight. They got you where you needed to go. I mean, obviously it's a 5-1 win. Like, that's pretty resounding. But in what other cases too could that depth have improved on that even more?
Yeah. Brindley, I'm cool, man. He ends up drawing that 4-minute power play that the Avs get the 3-0 goal.
Poor guy.
He kind of got the stuffing beaten out of him a little bit.
Guy.
But, like, doing work, doing good things. Ross Colton's doing that thing again. This will be no points for him in his last 9 games. And it's tough because there are a lot of nights where you're like, Ross Colton's working really hard. He's doing a lot of dirty work. He's doing a lot of good things, but the points have disappeared.
Yeah, and the consistency of that line definitely has been all over the place. But like, you do need to see them actually produce.
Yep.
You're playing next to 2 guys in Victor Olofsson and Gavin Brindley who are offensively tilted. Ross Colton is offensively tilted. They did a great job. Like, you look at those numbers and there's really nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can say about it. They did a great job.
They just didn't put puck in.
They just need to score.
Yeah.
If they were, obviously you're not going to dominate in this manner on a regular basis, but if they are playing at a really high level every night and they're not producing, you can live with that. But they haven't been. So, like, this is really like a super nitpick where you're just like, your 4th line is good, your 1st line is good, your 2nd line is good, your 3rd line could be better.
Yep.
It's not even, it's bad. It could be better.
Right.
It's that relative to how good the Avs are conversation. It could be better. It's not. Most teams would love the Avs 3rd liners to be playing for them the way they are right now. Mm-hmm. So.
Right.
The bar is just that high for the Colorado Avalanche. And rightfully so. They have 2 regulation losses, and it's December 21st. Tonight's win moves them to 59 points. Look, two things can be true, right? One, enjoy this regular season for every ounce that it's worth, because you genuinely may never see a regular season this good ever again.
Yeah.
Two, at what point does it swap over to the playoffs are all that matter for the Colorado Avalanche?
After game 82, or I guess
they clinch the President's Trophy.
Yeah, if they clinch the President's Trophy in like the 70th game of the season, then maybe they take it a little bit easy.
Sure.
But even then, you don't want them. You know, the concern in 22 was, remember, they clinched so early that they just messed around for the last 10 games. And they went 4-5-1. They looked awful, and
it
was
worked out
like,
okay. Yeah.
Well, and it was like, they've lost the juice. They got too complacent, and then they set an NHL record by scoring an even strength, a power play, and a shorthanded goal in the first couple minutes of game 1 of their series against Nashville.
Yeah.
And it was like, they're fine. I think like something like that. But until that moment, until they clinched the first seed out west, the Central Division title, which is going to be the Central Division title. And it doesn't even have to be the President's Trophy. That's not super important.
That just seems like an extra check mark on the list for me. Not like, it's like an anecdotal thing, if anything.
I think it's just more like they have a 10-point lead on Carolina. I'm sorry, it's 12 after today. These standings aren't updated because NHL.com.
If they win the Central, they almost certainly win the President's Trophy.
Right. Yeah. That's really, they just have a 12-point lead on Carolina already. And it's like, that's so many points for a team to overcome. I just don't think that's, you win the Central Division. After that happens, then I think they might chill out a little bit, but until then, the focus needs to be immediately what's in front of you.
Interesting comment from the Toyota chat here from Michael saying the Colorado Avalanche, the NHL streaks graveyard. Well done. It's kind of true. A number of teams that are, the hottest in the NHL at the moment or on significant win streaks have come into Colorado and lost. Is there something to that, or is that just a coincidence with the Avs being very good?
That just seems like the Avalanche to me. Like that's the way that they're playing right now. I think it's, you come into a team the way that Colorado's playing. Again, need I remind you, 2 regulation losses on the season. Like that's it's when you're playing like that and not yielding very much. It doesn't matter if you're on a 3-game win streak, a 10-game win streak, or 1 game. Like they're a hard team to beat.
Yeah, nearly impossible.
Yeah.
In regulation, at least. Chat, you did get us well over 100 likes. We appreciate that. We got some winner shots here, so thank you very much. Cheers. Bailey actually gets to do one for once.
Yes.
Dr. Dubs in the chat, thank you very much. Keep rolling here on the DNVR Avalanche post-game show presented by Bet365. First of all, consider becoming a DNVR diehard. Great time to do it. AJ just put out a piece about trade targets at 3C if you want to go read that, although Deneau is already off the board, so sucks to suck.
That didn't take long.
We'll talk about that tomorrow probably a little bit. Bailey, I also sneak peek at her next piece, which is super fun, coming up for the holidays here. You're going to want to get in on those. Make sure you read those. Make sure you're part of the DNVR diehard squad. You can sign up today. You get a free shirt when you sign up and a bunch of other amazing perks too. And even if you're not a diehard, consider coming to our sweet takeover at Ball Arena, January 10th. It's super fun. Everyone had a blast last year doing it. AJ's going to be in for the suite. So come say hi to AJ at the game.
I
am flying into town for that, yes.
Yeah.
There you go. It's going to be blessed.
To say hi to you guys.
Yeah, please. You got to come down from the press box.
Yeah.
Say what's up to the suite.
Absolutely.
QR code on screen will get you there, or you can go to DNVR.com/events to get signed up. If someone's a big Avs fan, it could be a great Christmas gift. That's all I'm saying. Just throwing that out there. We'll keep rolling here. The Avs for this year have been definitively the best third period team by a wicked margin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they technically win this third period 2-1, thanks to an empty netter.
True.
This was a pretty casual third period, right? And like, the Avs earned it. They were up 3-0 going into it. Are we comfortable with that? Is a win a win, and you're not worried about maybe some slacking off in that third period?
The thing that I worry about, I think, a little bit is that you're catching the Minnesota Wild on basically their 6th period of hockey in 2 days.
True.
And if that's considered casual, like I can sit there and say, as somebody watching it, like that's not maybe something I'm super comfortable with.
Definitely didn't look like their best third period. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah.
It's not. They had been unbelievable defensively through the first 2 periods of 5v5.
Yep.
They had only allowed 3 high danger chances in 40 minutes, and then they turned around and allowed 7. Now, a handful of them all happened in the moments immediately leading up
multiple
to and
posts hit.
the goal. So, like, it's a little deceiving because I think 4 of them happened in like a 10-second span, and then they scored. And so you're like, they probably earned that. But the rest of the period, they were pretty good. But honestly, even after that goal, like, Minnesota didn't really like build a lot into it. They built a little bit, then they got the power play, and then after the power play, it was not much. It was pretty even after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're not really. It's not their best third period. It wasn't like the third period against Winnipeg where they just locked it down and nothing happened.
Gave nothing. Yeah.
But they were solid. They handled the onslaught of, and like, let's be real, the Wild are really good. They would be leading every other division.
Yep.
They're 3rd in the NHL. Like, we can't just sit here and wave them away because the Avalanche are super special and they're freaks. Like, we can't do that. But they are a really good team, and they were buying into their own hype. And I mean that in a good way. Like, they're feeling themselves in that third period. They're down 3-0, and they still came out and they were like, let's roll. And they put up a good fight, and credit to them. But the Avs took their best punch, and their best just wasn't that great.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about their big punch of the day was they went 1-1 at 5v5 in goal scoring in that period.
Yep.
That's their best punch. Yeah.
Yeah.
As good as Jake Paul's best punch based on that fight the other day.
Man, was that some... That is a screenshot that is going to live on in my heart forever. His face getting punched, it was like...
I still haven't seen it, so, like, I'm... Okay. All I saw was the surgery afterward, and I was like, wow, that was bad. So, anyway.
So delightful. There are some things in sports where you're just like, please let a person or a team or whatever finally get it. And it was, and it happened, and it was just like, we're cool.
We're fine.
Thanks, universe.
Let's move over. Let's talk about Marty Necas a little bit, because I think he's turning into a really interesting conversation. He had been sick for a long time, under the weather, whatever, and he was still putting up great points. Bednar was moving him around the lineup to kind of try and manage his minutes or whatever. Last couple of games, he's back on that top line. He feels healthy. He's shooting the puck and he's scoring goals. 15 goals on the season with the goal tonight, I believe, or is that 16 tonight? I don't know. NHL.com's out of sorts. So either way, Marty 16th. All right. Thank you. Shooting over 20% on the year. Look, when it was up at 30%, we all knew this wasn't sustainable. He wasn't going to score at the ridiculous rates he was scoring at. What we're getting from him now, is this doable? Can he consistently keep this up for the rest of the year?
Based on history, probably not.
A career, let's see, 12.5% shooter career. So well above that mark, but is some of that, he's on a Avalanche team that's setting himself up for success? Like,
you wonder what a full year could do for a Martin Necas. And I mean, he's already kind of earned it. in the first
for sure.
couple games too. I mean, he signed a huge extension. He'll be here for a while, and what we're getting out of him for this first hand of games for the season before,
season-ish,
almost. But like, I mean, that extension hasn't even kicked in, and he's already proving that he has what it takes to keep up with a lot of these guys on this team. It's one of the best stretches we've ever seen of his career.
So, and we always frame conversations like this because it's an obvious answer, but it's also true. Had I told y'all that through 35 games, Martin Necas would be top 5-ish, it's kind of going those guys in the
top 10 for sure. Yeah.
We'll say top 10. You're right. My bad. Top 10 in the NHL in scoring and was on a 37 goal pace.
Seems
if I told you that in the preseason and had already signed an extension, would you have any complaints?
None.
Not at all.
But sometimes when we watch the games, we look for things to be wrong because it's human nature, and we pick. Because
I'm a pessimistic son of a bitch. Yeah, I get it.
Move on. And we go. All right. I mean, for a guy that's gonna be making $11 million, sometimes he still handles the puck like a guy making $6 million, and he's only racking up points because the guys that are going to be around him and this, and that, right? Like we go pick.
I mean, that has a little bit to do with it. Yeah. I mean, having a Nathan MacKinnon on your line certainly helps, but you're also looking at a Martin Necas, Nathan MacKinnon line that's going to be together ideally for a
Marty Necas just signed up to play next to Nathan MacKinnon for the rest of his career. Like, it's over. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that kills me about like hockey discourse in general, where it's like, yeah, but he plays with these guys, and it's like, and he'll continue to play with those guys. So if his success is predicated on that, they're good, fam.
Yeah, not going to change anytime soon.
Oh no, Cale Makar becomes absolutely Bobby Orr level turbocharged when he's playing next to Nathan MacKinnon. So why is it a problem that they play together all the time?
The thing that I look at too is like on any given night, 6 points is 6 points regardless of where you're getting from. If that's coming from like a combination of a Martin Necas and a Nathan MacKinnon, like I don't care if that's coming from one guy or two. You'd like it to come like from each of them collectively. But like if that's the way that they're performing on any given night together.
Well, and I think the Avs deserve credit for getting the most out of guys, and some of that is putting them next to Nathan MacKinnon, absolutely. But you look at a Marty Necas. Marty Necas was a really good player in Carolina. Don't get me wrong. When he got traded to the Avs, he was over a point per game player. We are 2 years removed from Marty Necas having a 53-point season. And he has 46 points. I guess after tonight, it's 47 points in 35 games.
Yeah.
Like, you aren't just getting a really good player. You're getting the absolute maximum out of these guys. And yes, Marty Necas is hitting his prime. An intelligent trade target for the Colorado Avalanche. I cannot give the Avs enough credit for doing this with guys, because it's not just, oh, Marty Necas, you're getting the absolute most out of. You're getting a career year out of. Okay, you're also getting a career year out of Parker Kelly, out of Jack Drury, out of Sam Malinsky. Like, you look up and down the Avs lineup, and the Avs are maximizing these guys top to bottom. And we're far enough into the season where it's no longer they started the season hot, they're just having a good year. No, these guys are legitimately really, really good.
And I want to kind of pose the same question you did earlier,
sure,
but in a different way. With Martin Necas scoring at the way that he is during the regular season, that's all cool and well.
Yep.
But at what point of his career do you sit there and say, okay, that doesn't really matter until the playoffs?
AJ said it earlier. Game one of the playoffs this year is when that makes a difference.
Is that a similar?
There's nothing that Martin Necas can do about the postseason until the postseason starts.
Yep.
Okay.
Agreed.
So, like, there's always going to be the asterisk of, well, what about the postseason? And that's fair enough. But we're not there. The playoffs haven't started. You can't do anything about that right now. Yeah. So wouldn't you rather him continue to be amazing while he can? Like, while this is the portion of the season that we're in. him continuing to produce at an elite rate, like, it has to happen. But that it 100% has to carry over into the postseason. Otherwise, Colorado's in trouble.
Yeah. And that's, I guess, the way that I'm more framing that, right? Is like, that really doesn't matter up until like maybe year 7, year 6 of his contract, where you start seeing some of that fall off on the postseason. You maybe start asking some questions.
Yeah.
But that's kind of, for me, is like, you've got to define yourself as that kind of player too. You signed this big, giant, nice looking contract for the regular season. Like that has to produce in other places as well in order to be profitable.
It does, but people love to come up with this idea of the President's Trophy curse or whatever, because the NHL playoffs are unbelievably difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the playoffs every year and you have no idea who is actually going to win the Stanley Cup, even if there are favorites or whatever. But the reality is, the best indicator of success in the playoffs is the best regular season team. There's nothing more you can do in the regular season than be the best regular season team to prove that you could have success in the playoffs. Now, you have to go do it in the playoffs, of course, but I don't know what more Marty Necas can do other than play the way he's played so far this season. And then when he gets to the playoffs, we'll see, but you can only live in the moment that you're in.
Right. No, fair.
Yeah, and for the record, the Avalanche have played just a smidge shy of 1,100 minutes at 5v5. 456 of those have been spent with Nathan MacKinnon and Marty Necas on the ice together. Any idea what the goals look like with them?
How many goals do they have? I think Nathan MacKinnon has like 6 or 7 on the power play. Necas has a few, round it, call it 13 or something. So MacKinnon has 30, so that'd be 24. Necas has 16.
I love watching
so that'd
this
be
math play out.
13. So that's like 37. 45. We'll go 45 goals for that line on 5-on-5 against, I don't know, 15.
It's pretty close, honestly, given that you just did that blind. It's 41-10.
Only 10 against is crazy for that line.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about regression. They have an 80% goals for percentage and a 57% expected goals. Like,
pretty good.
Like, you expect that some of this will come down to earth a little bit because 41-10 is extremely hilarious and totally broken. But it's still, like, that's the success that those two have had at 5v5. That's 5v5. That's not even strength. That doesn't count empty nets. That doesn't count anything else. That's just 5v5. 41-10. The Avalanche are outscoring other teams with Marty Necas and Nathan MacKinnon on the ice. I mean,
outrageous.
There are a lot of things. There are things that you can pick apart in both of their games.
Of course.
But they're pretty special together. When it comes to trying to replace a superstar in a trade, it's really hard to do. At the moment, the Avs have done okay for themselves here.
Yep.
It's hard to feel like the Avs could have done better. And we don't need to dive into this rabbit hole of they never should have traded Mikko or whatever. But if you're going to trade Mikko, what you've gotten out of Marty Necas,
and collectively out of Drury,
not even counting the Jack Drury part,
Just ignoring that at the moment.
It's hard to say the Avs could have done better on that front, which at the time of the trade, I didn't believe. I certainly thought the Avs got worse at the time of the trade.
Yeah.
And, there's still that conversation of Marty has to prove it in the playoffs. Absolutely. That's part of the story. But pretty good through this regular season so far.
If he does it in the postseason, Chris MacFarland deserves an enormous amount of credit for the gigantic stones that it takes to make a move like that and come out on the other end of it. Like, okay.
Yep.
If they win a Stanley Cup with this group, it's a whale of an accomplishment.
And this is coming from a situation where a lot of people were calling for his head.
Yeah.
Oh,
right
man.
after it happened.
There are so many people that work for a radio station in Denver that just should not have jobs. And that's still true today. It was true several years ago, but it is an absolute clown car if they win a Stanley Cup.
Yep.
Like the absolute bookmark, or like the flood of bookmarks should just be out.
Yep.
There's not much else to say about this team. They are the best team in the NHL. And frankly, even including Dallas, I don't think it's that close.
Just in terms of how they play, I mean, Dallas smokes Toronto today. At one point, they're up.
Dallas is a great team. This is not discounting Dallas. This is just how good the Colorado Avalanche have been.
Yep.
Yeah. What else can you say about this team?
Dallas is on one of those like PDO benders where you're looking at it going, this is a really, really good hockey team that is playing way above their station right now.
Yep.
And you're looking and they're chasing because the Avalanche are like, oh, their underlying numbers all say that they're the best team in hockey. And guess what?
They are.
Here they are. And that's kind of what today was, honestly. Like,
yep.
I think we started the show and I kind of yelled at you a little bit. I'm sorry about excellence never being boring and the Avalanche being in first place.
You're right. I'm glad you answered that.
I think that the general hockey fan has already accepted that this Avs team is unreal. And so they're looking for a contender to make games interesting again.
Yep.
And Minnesota has been like they've won 7 in a row coming into today. They made a huge trade for a superstar player in his prime that didn't like substantially.
The storyline was they were
roster.
supposed to be the challenger. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. And they got bopped. And the Avs have kind of played whack-a-mole so far with a lot of these challengers. They don't get Dallas again until
March
trade deadline day in March. So like nothing they can do about that. But right now the Avs are going to sit on I think it's a 6-point lead with 2 games in hand.
Yep.
Is where we're at with it. A 6-point lead is a 4-point lead.
It might be 4 because Dallas did win
4.
also.
They did win.
Yeah.
I knew that they won. I'm just not as good at you as
on air math.
Like sick estimations.
Yeah. Yeah, and like there's nothing that anybody can do about the postseason stuff. Nathan MacKinnon's never won a game 7 in his career. He can't win one.
Absolutely true. Until he wins one. Yeah.
You and I were trying to push the ball forward, and we were being bold and said that the Avs should get to 60 points by Christmas.
And they might.
They're 1 shy. Let's go.
1 win shot.
You know that Utah game's going to overtime.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Utah. I have hope, but it's not astronomical.
Every reservation in the world, I am completely on guard with that game.
Yep. No. And let's keep in mind too, like even after Christmas and New Year's, like they've got some challenges.
Absolutely.
Too. So like that's
Vegas same-day travel game. Like
that's going to be an interesting one. I mean, you've got the Kings coming up who have, again, we already had the Darcy Kemper conversation in spurts. You've got a Carolina right after the New Year.
That's murderer's row a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, got to go out and do it. We are already well into overtime here, so we can wind this thing down. But you can see schedule pretty good, you know. Avs are 5-0 in this stretch of 10 games. Their last 10, they went 7-1-2, and they will do that well if they play 3-2 for the next 5 games. Team's ridiculously good. I don't know what else to say about it. Any final thoughts here before we wrap this up?
Nothing.
No?
I could fight with people in the chat, but I'm not going to today. I got writing to do.
Be the bigger man.
You're above it.
We are going to wrap this up. We will be live tomorrow. Bailey and I are going to break down things like the Deneau trade, the Marchment trade. We'll have some conversations around the league and things like that. So it should be fun. Tune in for that. This has been it for this post game. This has been the DNVR Avalanche podcast presented by Bet365, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.